Hi everyone, it's Stephanie. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing another story time of basically like why I dropped out of high school. Explained it briefly in like a couple of videos, but not really in depth of why. And I just want to say before I do this video, I am not in any way encouraging anyone to drop out of school. That is not the intention of this video whatsoever. It's basically what happened with me, why, and also how I worked my way to go back to school. So I was bullied all through school, but in like ninth grade it got really bad, and I like hated going to school. Like I had a couple of friends, but like not really, and people made fun of me all the time. So I actually attempted to drop out the beginning of my 10th grade year, and then like the school told me I wasn't allowed to drop out for some reason, which is weird because I was 16 at the time, and I think you can drop out at 16. But yeah, the social worker, who I cannot stand, literally came to my house like the second week of school and said, "You have to come with me and go to school." And yeah, so then in 10th grade, I was still being bullied, but things got a little better. I made new friends and stuff, but in a couple of years, those friends would screw me over. But yeah, I mean, I was still made fun of, and then I developed this really good support system at the school. And so even though I was made fun of, things were getting better, and my grades got so much better. I got D's and F's my 9th grade year, and by the end of my 10th grade year, I was getting A's and B's. My junior year, I did good as well, all A's and B's. And then March of 2012, things kind of crashed for me. One, my coworker passed away, and so I've never been to a funeral before that, so it was kind of overwhelming for me. And also, a few weeks after that, I found out that my family was being evicted from their apartment, and so that was kind of a shock. And the school found out, and so they gave us a list of low income apartments and stuff like that, but no one would accept us. So we moved in with my brother. Literally 2 seconds, this was the border between my school district and another school district, and it was right there. And they said for my senior year I would have to switch schools, which I didn't take very well. And also in the summer, this was around summer of 2012, I was working, so that got me busy. But my trauma actually happened late summer of 2012, and at that point I was kind of screw life, so I just dropped out. And my work was a summer job, so I literally was doing nothing all day, and then I was using alcohol and just not doing well. And then my bipolar got really bad as well. It started getting bad around the time spring of 2012. I used to bake until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I would go to school and just give it out to random people. And I was I don't know what, no one knew what was going on with me. I didn't even know what was going on with me. I just knew that there was something wrong, but I kind of just ignored it and self-medicated with alcohol and stuff. But so the fall of 2012 was shitty, and then something happened with my friend, and it was one of those things where she didn't want to be friends with me anymore, so no one wanted to be friends with me anymore. So that's why they're friends. But anyway, so, and then in December I attempted to go to the other school, and the other school wasn't bad or anything. It was just I was just going through a lot. So it was it had nothing to do with the school, it just had to do with me. And in March of 2013, I actually attempted suicide for the first time. I was inpatient for about 2 weeks, and then I decided to leave school. And it wasn't I didn't leave school because I was lazy or I didn't want to do the work. I was just so mentally overwhelmed that I couldn't really handle life. And I decided to leave school then. And then this is when 3 months after that, this is when I was inpatient, very long periods of time, and could not stay out of the hospital for long periods of time. So that was like around 7 months. And then after that, I took GED classes because I was going to get my GED. And then that was spring of 2014. And then this fall of 2014, I attempted to go back to school again. Didn't work out. And I had a very serious suicide attempt in October 2014. I was in the medical hospital for a week. And this was when in the mental hospital for like 70 some days. And then during this time, I actually met this girl there. And she was like 2 years younger than me. And we started like talking and stuff like that. And we talked about school and stuff, and I found out she dropped that out as well. But she was in a program called Gateway to College, which I've never heard of in my entire life. So we were just like talking about it and stuff. And she gave me like information because I was kind of interested. Like Gateway to College, I think I explained you this. It's basically a dual enrollment where it's for people 16 to 24. And you basically go to a college. You get high school credits while getting 30 college credits at the same time. So I got a social worker at the time, and I told her that I was interested in stuff. And I got an interview with a place called YEP because my school would refuse to sponsor me for some reason. And so I had to go through YEP, which helps like youth like get jobs and stuff. And so I had an interview with him. I had to take like placement tests, and thankfully I passed them. And then the summer, this was spring 2015, and then the summer of 2015, I met with the advisor and like the lady who was the head of the Hope program. And so they interviewed me, and then I had to do 3 essays. And so I handed those in, had one more interview, and I was accepted. And honestly, I loved it so much. Like, for the first time, I literally, like, went to school and didn't have to worry about people making fun of me. And so that was, like, such a huge relief. And I actually did very well, and I am expected to graduate soon, so I'm really excited. In the program as well, it is not a GED. It is a high school diploma. So I am going to be getting a high school diploma, which is very special to me because I never thought that I would ever graduate high school or wear a cap and gown or anything. And the fact that I was given a second chance to get my high school diploma, and I did so well. I got a C in one class because it was an online class, and I struggled with that, but I got A's and B's. And I'm applying, after I graduate, I'm going to be applying to actual colleges to major in psychology. So I'm really excited. I hope I can go and live in a dorm and have like the college experience. But I am actually gonna have a graduation and it's just so great. So if you can get the opportunity to do a dual enrollment program and go to a college instead of going to your high school, I would really recommend it. Gateway to College is all throughout the country. It's a new program, so it's not everywhere, but they do have other programs out there for students who struggle in high school and could use a different option to graduate. So, yeah. But if I would give like any advice on people struggling with high school, I wouldn't say drop out, but if you have the opportunity to do a dual enrollment program, I would highly recommend it because it's just so much better. You are expected to do more work. Workload is a lot larger than high school work, but the environment is so much better. Yeah, that's the end of my story times. I have Instagram and Snapchat, SAMarburger1984, and subscribe, like, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.